the best feeling in the world.
With the stroke of a brush, Hilarie Couture curls creations on a canvas that captures life.
Sometimes I've painted where I've been looking at a picture of someone who is deceased, and occasionally that it will make me feel like the person is there with me and they're speaking to me through their spirit, through their photo.
And to think it all began because when she was a child, she didn't like what she saw in Playboy magazine.
My dad used to have Playboy magazines laying around the house, and so I saw the ladies and they didn't have clothes on, and I thought they needed to be clothed, so I had a purple crayon and I drew clothes on them. And my dad said, well, I just get them for the articles, but then all of a sudden they started to disappear. And then he bought me this little kit, and it was called John Nagy How to Draw, and he was a syndicated TV artist in the 50s, and he had a program every Sunday morning, and so I took out my little kit and I started drawing with John Nagy.
But you didn't become an artist right away.
No, well, no. I mean, I had to make a living.
Right.
People didn't believe, that you could really be an artist and make a living at it when I was growing up, and so I had to figure out a way to use my art and make a profitable income with it. So I went to college for 1.5 years and quit school and hitchhiked out to San Francisco and met a lady that made puka shell necklaces on the streets, and she convinced me to do portraits in pastel on the streets. And so I did that for a little while, and then I was going to paint someone, and she was a hairdresser, and she talked me into going to beauty school. So I did that for 40 years and made a pretty good living at that.
This former hairstylist now uses a different kind of brush to showcase her creativity.
I went back to college at age 55, and I got a degree in historic preservation, and I was working on a project, and my instructor came up to me and he said, "You're a hairdresser?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "And you're an auctioneer?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "And you're a realtor?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, you've missed your calling." And he just walked away. And I thought, well, I'm still alive, I'm not dead, so why have I missed my calling?
Here in her studio on West Creighton Avenue, you'll find Couture's creations, dozens of oil paintings and pastels bursting in vibrant color. Her primary focus, women. Her latest project, Unity with Variety, representing Fort Wayne's rich and diverse cultures.
Because I love painting people so much, I thought I'm going to do a project where I find out how many different kinds of people live in Fort Wayne. I have 50 slated to be painted, and I've already finished about 43 of them, and I started in March.
Additional details on the October 1st event are in this story on WBOI.org and WPTA21.com. With ABC 21's In the Spotlight, I'm WBOI's Terra Brantley. Keep it here. More news after the break.